Hello and welcome to this week's Live Local and Loud with me, Kevin Gaughan. On this week's show I shall be chatting to Jack Franklin, who's the top promoter at the Soundhouse in sunny Leicester. We'll be chatting about his gigs, also what's been going on at the Soundhouse and what gigs are coming up. And also we'll have plenty of homegrown music by local bands. Hello, I hope you're all well and having a great week. Let's kick today's show off with a band who have had a hiatus for quite a few years now, and they're coming back. I'll tell you more about their first gig after this song. It's Charlie and the Martyrs and Arrows. Charlie and the Martyrs and Arrows. Just looking through my notes, it looks like they've been off the scene since about 2013. So they're making a comeback. They've got a comeback gig with Demons of Ruby May and The Phased at the Y Theatre in Leicester on October the 30th. So get your tickets for that one. She's got an amazing voice, Charlie Jones. And that'll be a fantastic show. Demons of Ruby May, awesome band, and The Phase, that'll be great. That's on the 30th of October. Get your tickets, have a look at their... actually, you can get their tickets from musicinleicester.co.uk. You can get if you look at the gig diary in Music in Leicester, you'll see the gig in there, and then that's got the Facebook link and tickets as well. Okay, also Charlie Jones, the singer from Charlie and the Martyrs, I hope to be interviewing her on next week's show, and also she'll be doing a solo gig on the June the 4th at the Musician in sunny Leicester, so that'll be one to look out for. She's got an amazing voice, so hopefully I'll be speaking to her next week. Okay, meanwhile, let's have a brand new song from Mr. John Jones. Here's 2:04 a.m. to Fall in Love.
Last night, drunk and you tripped up the curb and you slipped through the door. What's the point if we're short on love and the pills don't work the way they should? I'd like to take you home, but how would you feel when the morning comes? It's 2:04 a.m. to fall in love. I think I caught your eye as I walked to the bathroom stall, but it's 2:04 a.m. to fall in love. So you're coming back from last night, the puke on your shoes, tan lines on your wrist. I know I wanted to go for the kiss, but your lips would have missed it. No, you were sick. I'd like to take you home, but I saw you wearing expensive clothes and I'm far too drunk to take them off. I thought about you sure as I walked through the exit door, but it's 2:04 a.m. to fall in love. Take you home where you could be future Mrs. Jones, but I'm terrified you'll call my bluff. I thought about you sure as I walked through my front door, but it's 2:04 a.m. to fall in love. Oh, it's 2:04 a.m. to fall in love.
That was John Jones and 2:04 a.m. to Fall in Love. He recorded all that himself. All the guitars and everything were recorded in his bedroom, just by his little old self. It was then produced by the wonderful Matt Cosgrove, who sprinkled some magic fairy dust over it just to polish it off. If you're wondering where Lee is, who normally does the interviews on Live, Local and Loud, but hasn't been doing them the last few weeks, that's because he's been busy with his band Prime, doing promo work and videos and everything, and releasing new music. So here's the fruit of his labours. Here's his band Prime, Jeff Took a Trip.
The only
once he hit the seafront, the wind it hit him by the throat. The girls they picked his eyes out, the girls they blew his mind. They never seen a face like his in such a very long time. He would tell you, well he would tell you, Jeffy says it's fine. He would tell you, well he would tell you, does it all the Jeffy took a trip to the city by the sea, and what was in his pocket was gonna make him some money. The girls they scratched his shoulders, but the guns they went right down. 'Cause he never get away with singing golden brown in such a very small town. He would tell you, well he would tell you, Jeffy says it's fine. He would tell you, well he would tell you, does it all the time. He would tell you, well he would tell you, it's safe to cross the line. He would tell you, well he would tell you, does it all the time, does it all the time, time, time. Yeah.
That was Lee's Band and Prime UK. On Facebook, they're UK Prime, and that was their latest single, Jeff Took a Trip. We've got another new release for you by the wonderful Ro Jordan. We spoke to her a couple of months ago on Live, Local and Loud. Don't forget, if you'd like to hear any previous shows, just check out musicinleicester.co.uk. So here's Ro Jordan's very latest song. Her press release says this latest single, Northern Lights, from BBC artist and producer Ro Jordan, reaches a new level of storytelling in songwriting, creating an audible movie-type romance in just one song that completely encapsulates the listener, taking them on a cinematic journey. Okay, see what you think. Here's Ro Jordan, Northern Lights.
Lay me under your northern lights tonight. Kiss me gently, then pull me close, skin tight. Never knew that love could feel like you, like you. Open a book to a page I can translate. I read your lips 'cause I'm fluent in you, and I don't know, a love quite like you. Blinded by your grace. my ways, and I get weaker every time. Looking in your eyes, I see green and blue, babe. Ooh, baby, come and move a little closer. Ooh, I'm a whisper when nothing you wanna hear. Wrapped in your coat, my dear. It feels so nice, your hands on my glove is tight. I'm in by your grace. I'll find someone who may give me the feeling, that old kind of feeling. Would you really like to know if that could be you? Under the northern lights, the northern lights. You make me feel right, I feel right, I do. Under your northern lights, these northern lights.
That was Ro Jordan's new single, Northern Lights. Don't forget you can listen to her interview that we did with her a few months ago. If you check out musicinleicester.co.uk, the link will be down the right hand side for live, local and loud. Okay, so now it's time for this week's interview, where I'm chatting to Jack Franklin, who's the top promoter at the Soundhouse in Leicester. He'll be giving us an update on what's been going on in the Soundhouse during lockdown, as well as the plans they have coming up. But first of all, here's a song by somebody who will be performing at Soundhouse. It's Bye Bye by Humble He.
I heard a voice of reason and of rhyme, a simple choice. I heard the call echo down the corridor. Bye-bye. Oh, the winds of change are rolling through my mind. Bye-bye. This day was born from night. Too slow, too fast. It's only been a minute since an hour passed. Second guess, not a second more less. Bye-bye. Oh, the winds of change are rolling through my mind. Bye-bye. As day was born from night. of change are rolling through my mind. Bye bye. This day was born from night.
That was Bye Bye by Humble He, who's one of the acts that's going to be playing at the Soundhouse very, very shortly. And I'm here today with one of Leicester's top promoters, speaking about the Soundhouse, whose gigs are mostly at the sunny Soundhouse in Leicester, Jack Franklin. Hello there, Jack. How are you?
Hello, Kevin. I'm great. Thank you. Pleasure to be on the show again.
Likewise, thank you very much for coming on. Okay, so we're just coming out of lockdown. We're now at the end of May. We're coming out of lockdown. Can you just summarise for us how lockdown has been for the Soundhouse? What they've been up to?
It's been tough. It's been a struggle like everywhere else, ups and downs, but we made it out in the end thanks to the community and the people that have been, fans of the Soundhouse, the lovers of music, the artists, the engineers, everybody pitching together for our crowdfunders and stuff like that. So yeah, it has been a challenge, but finally we're at the end of that and we're seeing the light and events are back up and running at the venue.
And you've been doing some awesome live streams I've seen as well, about weekly, haven't you?
Yeah, we got the go ahead for that. A big thank you to the Arts Council for the funding opportunities there. We were allowed to put back into the local scene and give people an opportunity to come down, do a live stream every week, and they're still happening every single Sunday. We're releasing them.
Excellent.
We've got a couple left and a big back catalogue of all sorts of genres on our YouTube channel.
Speaking about live streams, so you've got a couple more to do, have you? Do you see a future in live streams when live music's coming back online? Well, I mean, online when back to venues.
I do. I don't think it'll be what we've all come to get used to over lockdown, but I do think during, say, for example, an artist is recording an album, and let's say that album might take over 2 years or maybe more. Sometimes it can take longer than they expected. There's nothing wrong with giving people a live stream and maybe an opportunity to earn a little money for the artist, the fans to then tune in and see what's happening behind the scenes. So I do think there will be a place for it, just probably toned down to what we've just been through with the pandemic.
Okay, you don't think that live gigs themselves might actually be live streamed? So perhaps people that can't make it, or people are on other parts of the world, might be able to see the gig without actually going to the venue, anything like that?
I don't. I honestly don't. I mean, I never really did before anyway. I mean, I've been aware of live streaming and how it's been in the industry for the past 5 or 6 years, and obviously the pandemic has brought such a spotlight onto that scene. But even if we just take the recent kerfuffle with the Glastonbury streaming that went down over the weekend, that was major server issues, major problems with the streaming, and that's Glastonbury, and they had to refund all their punters the tickets that they bought. That's what I've heard. I haven't completely looked into the logistics, but everyone was talking about it, and that's a major company there. So yeah. I think if they don't get it right, it's going to put people off, So.
Okay. Now, I think I've seen some photos on Soundhouse's Facebook page. Have they had a little bit of a refurbish or something going on there?
Yeah, the inside of the venue while we've been shut, we took the opportunity to invest in what we could, and we've got some new flooring put in place. We've got some new merch areas designed. Yeah, we needed the old wooden flooring, basically just give it a new face. It's still got the same old Soundhouse feel. It's just got a little bit more of a cleaner finish. It looks really nice, actually. Makes the place feel a little bit bigger, weirdly enough. But yeah, we just wanted to give it a proper spring clean. And we renovated some of the seating, made a little bit more space. And then outdoors in the garden, we've had loads of new spray paint. I don't know if people are familiar with the Soundhouse's gardens. We have a lot of spray paint artists come down.
Rather nice graffiti
great work, and we've had completely redone. And there is the potential for new exterior painting to be done as well. The iconic waves, blue and white waves that we have at the Soundhouse might be changing, but that's Yeah, some people are upset about it, but change is good. Change is good. Don't worry. Whatever happens, it's still going to look really good.
Okay, that looks brilliant. Okay, now we've just played Bye Bye by Humble He. They're playing shortly, aren't they, at the Soundhouse? They or he rather.
Yes. Yeah, we have Humble He playing alongside Emily Carr, Alex Gardner, and Freya. It's going to be a great show. Friday the 30th of July. We had them on performing during our previous lockdown gigs. If you remember that weird period of time where events were available during, I think it was October, November, before
Right.
the second lockdown came in, and he just blew the room away. The gig was so beautiful. So I've just tried to replicate the same event, except this time more tickets and less of a COVID regulations to follow.
Brilliant.
Hopefully by 30th of July, we'll all be free and back to reality, and can't wait to have him on the stage.
So at the moment, you've got some gigs going at the moment, haven't you? Are they outdoor ones or indoor?
We're running our outdoor summer sessions. They're happening on the outdoor stage, free entry, 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. every Saturday.
Wow.
And we do have the occasional events happening inside on the Saturdays, which we're trialing at the moment because they still need to be seated and socially distanced. So we're
Right.
taking it easy. We're easing it into it. Sporadically hosting events, but we are always open on a Saturday with live music outdoors and occasionally with an event indoors. But we're definitely back open June the 21st with the gigs every Friday and Saturday evening, back to the old ways.
Well, doesn't it depend on what Boris says as far as June's concerned?
It does, but we're keeping optimistic. And right now he's saying events are going ahead, so we're liking
Brilliant.
that. We're
Brilliant.
sticking with
Excellent.
Boris.
Okay, let's play another song then, Jack. Let's play Rabbit Hole by False Heads. Now, can you tell us a little bit
Yes.
why have you picked this one?
I got False Heads coming down later in the year in November. These guys are picking up a lot of steam on their UK tour. Their shows are selling out left, right, and centre, and ticket sales here in Leicester are on the up and up. They've got some big backing behind them from some major artists and labels. So yeah, they're definitely one to watch out for, and it's I'm really excited to bring them to Leicester. So yeah, take a listen to the song and buy yourself a ticket if you like it.
So obviously, all these gigs you need to get tickets in advance from your website.
Yeah, they're all on C-Tickets, or you can access it through our websites or any of our social media portals. You always see a link in the bio to take you straight to it.
Okay, so here's Rabbit Hole by False Heads.
Step down the rabbit hole, all hide no seek. Seems like a mess to me as all the rest strip through the leak. Throw away the babies now, soft boasted wrist. All the rest ignore the best and breathe into the mist. All hands slipping off the deck, nails clawing in me. The light cuts through the sights I imagine what to see. I try to see. You gotta be the best out of me and you. 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 Step down the rabbit hole. All hide no seek. Seems like a mess to me as all the rest pass through the leak. Throw away all the baggage now, soft boasted wrist. All the rest should ignore the best and breathe into the mist. All hands slipping off the deck, now it's caught in me. The light cuts through the sights, so I imagine what to see. I try to see. You gotta be the best out of me and you. Be the best
That was Rabbit Hole by False Heads. And I'm still here today with one of Leicester's top promoters who does the gigs at the sunny Soundhouse. So, Jack, False Heads, when are they playing at Soundhouse?
Well, they're heading down in November, 20th of November. It's a Saturday, and tickets are only £8 at the moment, which is a cracking cheap bargain at the moment. Like they're probably going to be a lot more in a year or two. So yeah, I'd suggest getting a ticket if you liked what you just heard.
Excellent, brilliant. I see you're bringing a Russian band to the Soundhouse. That sounds quite interesting. How did that come about?
Yeah, Matrimony. As an agent that I work with, that always gives me some really unique and great acts, got some great connections across Europe. And Matrimony was one of the Russian acts that she pitched to me that have a good solid fan base all across Europe, although including the UK. And I really liked their music, and I thought, part of the Soundhouse's ethics is we want to bring as much diversity in sound as we can, and bring in a band like this to the venue. We thought it'd be really cool. Great guys, great music, and we wanted to give Leicester an opportunity to see them while they're on this massive European tour. Sadly, they have had to reschedule due to the COVID pandemic, but we've got them coming down in February 2022, so it's not that far away. But yeah, we just like to get a real good mix of bands from all over the world if we can at the Soundhouse, and that's just an example of one of them.
That sounds exciting. Okay, what about the open mic nights that the Soundhouse is famous for? Will they be coming back as well?
Yeah, we definitely miss hosting those open mic nights. I miss being able to see some, young talent that are coming through, some people that have never played shows before, and just giving people a platform to perform for the first time and showcase and network. It's great. It's a real pleasure working those events. So we definitely want to try and bring that back in some capacity. It's definitely on our list of things we want to get done as soon as we can. So we are in plans and we are in talks on how we're going to bring that back, and if we can change it in any ways for a positive outlook in the future. But we definitely want to bring that back and give Leicester and beyond that platform to perform again at our open mics.
Obviously, all these gigs and stuff are available on Music in Leicester's gig diary as well, which is www.musicinleicester.co.uk. One reason I like interviewing you is because it gives me an excuse to play a song by one of my favourite indie bands, my favourite ex-indie bands that are no longer around, Lanier, who of course you used to be the front man of. Here's Casting Letters by Lanier.
I
That was Casting Letters by Linnea. And I'm still here today with one of Leicester's top promoters, whose gigs are mostly at the sunny Soundhouse in Leicester. So, Jack, now that we played a little Linnea song, is there any truth in the rumours that you may be making some more music yourself at some point in the near future?
I'm going to say yes, there is truth in the rumours because it's definitely something I want to do. Finding the time over lockdown, I've been writing bits and bobs, but I've also been reconnecting with a few musicians, and we were talking about getting together when things get back to normal and possibly making some music together. So yeah, I'm going to say that it's definitely something I want to accomplish over the next year or two, or even sooner if I can. So
excellent.
Yes.
So I think by Christmas would be like a good deadline, don't you think?
I'll release a Christmas #1 for you, I promise. Christmas single.
The current regulations that have just been released in Leicester. Apparently, Leicester now is not has had a couple more restrictions. Are they going to affect the Soundhouse at all?
I've been made aware of the situation. I've read up on the government guidelines, and a few friends of mine that work in venues and promoters have been in touch directly with the council, the local Leicester Council, who have been directly in touch with the arts side of the current government. And it turns out that those regulations are just advisory. It's just a warning, just to keep people on their toes, and it won't have any effect on the future events or the current events booked in. We're all still safe, and everything's still the way that it was meant to be proposed with the roadmap. It was just almost a cautionary measure, just to keep people alert and aware that the Indian variant is still out there, and we need to be on our toes with that. So no, it won't have any effect on the current layout of our events.
Yeah, okay. And plus, most of your gigs are outdoors anyway at the moment, aren't they?
At the moment, yes, yeah. And we do have COVID precautions in place at the venue, and we still treat it seriously. So yeah, as safe as we can, we're gonna keep events going.
Brilliant. Okay, well, I can't wait to come along to the mildly refurbished Soundhouse. Hopefully, I'll be coming along soon. I can't remember which gigs I'm going to at the moment. I am going to one next weekend. So, yeah, hopefully I shall be along soon. So thank you very much for that. Obviously, if anybody wants to follow what's going on at the Soundhouse, that'll be via your Facebook page. Is that correct?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, website, we're all there on all the usual platforms, and even YouTube now we've got the streaming. So yeah, just feel free to shoot us a message or take a look. We're always there to help, or even give us a call if you want to inquire. No problem.
Okay, brilliant. And the Facebook page is Soundhouse. Facebook page Soundhouse, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just Soundhouse Leicester. Give us a Google,
Leicester.
give us a look up.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Jack, and I very much look forward to seeing you soon at one of your wonderful gigs.
Thank you, Kevin. It was a pleasure talking to you as usual.
That was me chatting to the wonderful Jack Franklin from the Soundhouse in sunny Leicester. Okay, so let's have something a little bit noisy now. So here's Kid Clumsy and Grow Up.
Chicken has grown old and no one can
That was Kid Clumsy and Grow Up. Of course, they're often to be seen at the Victoria Bikers pub just up the road in sunny Colville. Now here's something a little bit quieter but still really, really, really good. Here's Michael Vickers and Please Don't Tell Me.
Please, please don't tell me that everything ought to make sense. I've been over it again and again. I planned how I wanted this to start out and to end. You made different plans. I wish you told me your plans back then. Words I should have said sooner, hints that I managed to miss. Feeling like this makes me wish that feeling like this ain't the piss. And although none of this matters, I'd take anything other than this. At least your name's now been ticked off my list. I just can't remember what it is. By now I ought to know where I stand from being that side of the fence. In my defense, this time is different. I've been searching for answers you mustn't want me to see, and drinking to help me to sleep, but I bet you ain't drinking for me.
That was Michael Vickers and Please Don't Tell Me. Looking at his website, looks like he's playing at Firebug in sunny Leicester on the 16th and the 17th of October. Always a great show whenever he's there. He's got such a wonderful sort of personality that really comes across when he's performing. Okay, so now we're going to hear from a band who are no longer with us, unfortunately. Here's New Walk and Interplay. That was New Walk and Interplay. That brings us to the end of another show. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to find out what's on in Leicestershire. Check out www.musicinleicester.co.uk. You'll find gig reviews, lots of information about the artists that have been played on today's show, and all sorts of other stuff. I'll see you next Thursday, 5 o'clock here on Hermitage FM. Do have a great week and stay away from any nasty viruses or anything else that happens to be nasty.